see what we can do here. um, go. Look at me, terminal scripter here, baby. All right, cool. Just scripted up 11 files in their directories respectively, so nice and easy. I learned how to do loops in the terminal here to make files, and it's really helpful for doing this over and over again, just really automatically with a few lines. Cool. Okay, let's get into this, yo. Alright guys, welcome back in. I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. My name's Michael. It's been a interesting day today. Your boy got his car towed out of his own spot, so had to deal with that mess. Short $400 now. Feels bad. So when it rains, it pours here, yo. Not fun. Yeah, so pretty pissed about that. Do not like losing money. Big pet peeve of mine. But whatever. Sometimes it's easier just to walk away. Anywho, got that handled, hopefully. Anyways, let's just move on. Forget about it and do some programming here. Back in C Programming, a Modern Approach, 2nd edition by Kan and King. We're going to be doing the programming projects at the end of chapter 5 here. I'm going to try to move through them pretty quick. I don't really want to spend a lot of time doing these. Because I already really know a lot about for stuff and all that jazz, but want to just kind of get through them. I'm kind of in a sour mood. About the compiler, yeah, we gave some introduction in the earlier chapters about the compiler and kind of what it does and some of the entry-level error flags and such, but nothing really into detail yet. Hopefully we can, I think it's kind of just introducing us right now to the basics of the syntax of C and how to actually write programs, and then kind of maybe get into the what's it all good about. I mean, hopefully, I will have to maybe make that jump, but yeah. Okay, let's go ahead and get started nonetheless. Thank you for the question, man. Welcome in. Number 1, write a program that calculates how many digits a number contains. Okay, we're going to enter a number. The number has 3 digits. You may assume that number has no more than 4 digits, okay? Okay. We have to just test if it's between certain ranges with ifs. So I'll go int main void. So include the standard io.h header file. Let's get into this. Okay, so we have a printf statement that's going to ask the user for number, enter for number. We're then going to call scanf and say, and we're going to receive in a number. We're going to say this is num. Okay. So after this, we're going to num digits is equal to 1, or so. I'm gonna try to write this ternary operator. I've never really written it before. I'm gonna try num if we need the expression, right, to do the ternary. I'm gonna try to see if I can remember without going back in the book first. So let me see if I can challenge myself. It's been a few days. So I think we need the expression, question mark, then this, else with the colon, this, right? So we'll say num less than 10, then 3. Now how can you chain these? Can I just say elif num, or do I have to go like this? We'll see. Num less than 20. No, sorry. 100. I feel like this is not right, but we'll see. Can we chain more than one together, hopefully? I don't know. Num less than 10, then 3. What about num less than I want to try it. I'm not sure. I'm confused. It might be this or it might be this. I know. How can we do like this is else, right? I don't want to say else num this, or do you just keep going like this? That might be what you do. Then write 2 else num less than 3 else 4. Is that a statement? I don't know. I'm trying to go outside, think. Hey, Hypertech. No, I kind of have like a, I don't really know, but I kind of like have an intermediate-ish knowledge of Python. Um, yeah, so trying to challenge myself by learning its father, C, and trying to improve my Python that way by diving deeper into C and computer programming and whatnot. So we'll see how it goes. So if the number is less than 10, then 3. Else the number is less than 100, it's 2. Else you're less than um, 9999, then you're 3. Else you're 4. I don't know if this works. um, we'll see. It didn't give an example of trying to chain these together. I'm trying to just see if we can. I'm trying to just try it. And then what we'll do is we'll insert %d here, and then we'll say digits, and then what we'll say is num digits. I don't know, we'll find out. Let's see. Chapter 5 programming projects. We need to go into this guy here. So this is going to be programming project number 1. Number 1, programming project. No! Okay, so that did not work. Undeclared identifier. Okay, so oh, sorry. This also has to be an int, right? Let's see. Let's try that again. Okay, that compiled. Let's see what happens. That compiled. Chapter 5. Programming project 1. One. No. The number 374 has 3 digits. Oh, whoops. My bad. I hard-coded that in. Oh, it's not Python. Sorry. Gosh, dude. Trolling tonight. It's been a rough day. Okay, so that did not work. So it got tripped up on here. So if num is less than... Oh, what am I doing? If num is less than 10, it's 1 digit. If num is less than 100, it's 2 digits. 3, 4. Okay, let's try it. Maybe I wasn't trolling. Okay, let's keep going. Yo, come on. Let's go. No way! Okay, I did that first try. Well, not first try, I had a load of bugs, but the idea first try. No way! Let's go. Let's add a little bit of safety code here. We'll say num less than 9999. Oh no, we want to include the 9999. So we'll say 1,000. When you say 10,000 here, then 4. right? Num is less than 10,000, then it's 3. Less than 1,000, then it's 3. Less than 10,000, then it's 4. Else we'll say 0. I don't know if that's right to say 0, but let's try it again. Okay, 1 digit still works. 2 digits still works. 3 digits still works. 4 digits still works. 5 digits reports 0. Maybe what we'll do is say if num digits is equal to 0. Forgot we need these bad boys. Then we're going to printf. If we see if num digits is not equal to 0, then we'll do this. Else the number error, the number is too large, or it must be less than 10,000, and then we'll insert the num here. So does this work? That's 1 digit. Come on. Happened. Oh, here we go. 2 digits. 3 digits. 4 digits. It must be less than error, and there must be less than 10,000. Nice. Okay, cool. Nice haircut. I did get a haircut. I just finally didn't wear a hat today. Thanks, Bernardo. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. So if number is less than 10, you either want value 1. Else if number is less than 100, value 2. Less than, and then else is 0. Then we have this little check here. Cool. That works. Do you work as a software developer as a hobby, or are you studying? It's a hobby and I'm studying, so the latter two. I don't know. I like we talk about it in my Discord. We kind of whine and complain there, all of us together lately today. We all been going through it lately. About we're just like struggling. The struggle bus is real. But it's okay. I don't know. Just trying to stay positive, I guess, as best as possible. What are you guys up to? Okay, cool. We solved number 1. We could have used a mod operator there, like we've done in some of our Python practice problems. But it asked us here in this hint, so I followed the hint just to keep it simple. but let's keep moving here. Write a program that asks the user for 24-hour time and displays it in 12-hour time. Oh, I suck at 24-hour time conversions. I'm an American. I use that time. I'm not sure if international people use 24-hour time or not. So ask the user for input, so we'll go... Let's go int main void. Okay, enter 24-hour time with the printf. So let's go int hours, minutes, hour, and minute. Yeah. This is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna call printf, and we will go ahead and say enter a 24-hour time, and then we'll leave it at that. And then we're gonna do a scanf function to read the user input from the terminal, and we're gonna take in two integers with colons, and with a colon in between, like so. And they're going to read these values as hour, and we'll read the second one as minute, right? I'll just spell these out for clarity. Okay. Okay, cool. And then what we'll do is we need to display the 12-hour time. So let's think about this. 24-hour time, the only difference between 24-hour time and 12-hour time is the time after 12 o'clock, right? The time after 12 o'clock keeps counting upwards after 12 rather than resetting back to 1. So we just need to have a if statement to add a value, basically, right? If oh yeah, we have this PM and AM. Okay, let's think about this one. This is like, it doesn't seem that hard, but it's kind of interesting. It's fun. Okay. Enter a 24-hour time, enter. Okay, so we'll get the 24-hour time. We need to check if the hours, so if hour is greater than 12, we know we need to do a conversion, right? So if hour is greater than 12, we need to convert. So in this case, we need to just reduce the hour by 12, right? So hour less equals 12. Right? We'll reduce the hour by 12 if it is greater than 12. Now, the minutes don't stay the same. Now, if it is greater than 12, we're also going to say, we'll have a, the thing is we haven't learned about strings yet, like char stars. So, I don't really think we should use it in the problem. We haven't learned about it in the book, I'll say. So, what I'll say then, we have hour less equals 12. And then, so if it is, be careful not to display 12 as 0, 0. Oh, so that's like using greater than or equal to. If it is 12, it'll reduce it by 12? No, that's not what we want to do. So then, can we say suffix? Oh, no, wait, we don't have access to strings, so that's annoying. Let's go ahead and we'll just do a print statement here, I guess. And we'll print out our answer of equivalent 12-hour time. And then we'll do %d, comma, %minute, or %d, sorry. Oop. Colon, not comma, or whatever. And then this is in PM, right? So we'll have to put that there. I was gonna try to dynamically do this, but again, we haven't been access to char stars yet. So then we'll say else. I'll open this up. This means the hour is less than 12. So we need to just print out the time with AM, right? It's equivalent. There's no difference. 24 though. Hold on, let me think though. The 24th hour in is 12 a.m. So that is greater than 12. Okay, right. So if hour, so we'll say if 12 is less, what is it? Yeah, so if 12 is less than the hour, no, sorry, and hour less than 24, then we're going to reduce the hours down, right? But if hour is 24, right? I can put this 12 here first to short circuit it. But we could say, we could even do this. We could have this be our else. And then let's move our if actually to if hour, right, is less than 12. Then what we're going to do is print f to right, we'll just copy this. Hopefully I'm thinking about this right. 12-hour time is this, and this will be AM. So if hour is less than 12, now what happens if hour is 24? Well, it's 12 a.m. We'll say or hour equals to 24. No, but we need to reduce the hour down or reset the hour. So I guess we can say else if here, and then we can have a final else clause for, we know that hour is going to be 24. So if hour is less than 12, we'll print this, meaning that it's between 1 and 11 a.m. and it resembles equal to 12-hour time. Now, once we hit 12, we need to reduce the hour, and we're less than 24, we need to reduce the hour by 12. What if we say, well, we know that it's AM here. So, I mean, we could bring this back and say, or hour is equal to 24. And then say in here, if hour, right, is equal to 24, then go ahead and set hour equal to less equal 12. Am I tripping? So if our hour is less than 12 or the hour is equal to 24, if the hour is equal to 24, we'll set it to 12 and say it's 12 a.m. Or, okay, yeah, I think that's fine. I mean, we'll try it for sure. Let's give it a go. Really gonna make me bring my... No, I'm not gonna do that. You got me messed up. Where'd all my... What's up, Jackson? John Spaghetti, I clicked because I originally wanted to use C and STL, but it was a pain to get it to work in Android Studio. Also, it's used usually if you want to do system programming right in OS, to interact with hardware. Nice. Okay, here we go. Oh, I need to put in my stuff here. My bad. Hour, minute. Christian and else if I will say else okay. There we go. All right, let's go 13:11. Should be what? 1:11 p.m. Let's go. Okay, 1:11 p.m. on that one. We just need to add in some \ns here. Okay, let's try this again. Let's try an AM time. Let's try 1:11 a.m. 1:11 a.m. Nice. Thought I recompiled this. No. There we go. Okay. Now let's try 24:22. 12:22 a.m. Let's go. Right? 24 and 24-hour time is 12 a.m. Because then it resets back to 1 at 1 a.m., right? I never use 24-hour time, rarely. This is one of those things that you never think about. Okay, let's make sure 12:30 is PM. Invalid time 12:30. Ooh. Invalidity. Okay, so if hour is greater than 12, we want it to be greater than or equal to 12 and less than 24. Okay, let's try that again. 12:30. No! Oh, because this does this. So we do need to have this. So we'll say if hour not equal to 12, go ahead and do the following. And then print this. $12:39 p.m. Nice. Let's try 11:59. It should be a.m. Nice. Let's try 23:59. So now 11:59 p.m. Nice. Let's try 25:11. This should be error. Error, invalid time 25:11. Nice. So we don't have any check on the minutes, right? So we probably should put a check. We're not really checking the minutes to be with it proper, right? So we'll say, like, this will be our error handling. We'll say if hour, well, if 12, well, if hour has to be within what? 1 and 24. So if 1 what am I doing? The minute handler. Okay, yeah, we need to do the minutes, right? So if our hour is greater than 24, or hour less than 1, right? or are minute less than 1, or minute greater than greater than 60. So if either of these expressions are true, so meaning that the hour is invalid or the minute is invalid, if either or of them are true, then we're going to do this printf here. And then we can get rid of this, and we'll wrap an else statement to do all of this. Right? Something like that. Okay, let's try that. Okay, so let's run. Let's do 25:30 error invalid time. Okay, now let's try it one more time, but do 24:61. No, it can't be greater than 59. Sorry. It can't actually be 60. But it can be 24. Hours can. Yeah, right. Okay, so let's actually go back here. So much for trying to get through these quick. Let's do 24, so a valid hour, which would be, 12 a.m. But let's say 60 invalid time. Okay. Now let's say 24:59, 12:59 a.m. All right. Now let's do make sure our AMs work, right? 1:13 in the morning. That works. I put the parentheses there just for readability's sake. For my own purposes, like I'm testing the hours here and then testing the minutes here, like, and then they're getting tested all together. Like it's just kind of clean. I don't know, but yeah, I guess so. You probably don't really need it because it'll all compound this one and then test that against the values of that, and then test that against the values of that. Because they're all ors. If either one becomes true, then it's invalid, right? Yeah. At any point in the chain. Okay, that is what I have so far. Now, there's probably definitely a better way cleaner way of writing this. But I wanted to add in the error handling to not allow for anything greater invalid numbers. So we did that there. But yeah. Okay. I think we're free to move on here. Well, let's quickly make sure that we actually hit that one edge case of 12:00. Okay, so if the hour, so minute can be less, minute can be 0. It just can't be greater than 59. So So I don't think we need that actually. Well, minute also can't be negative. So maybe we should do less than 0, just to be safe. Look at us being safe and thorough. Okay, so if we say 12:00, we get this, equivalent to 12:00 p.m. Now let's do, let's make sure that we get on our minutes a field width of, I think if we do this, it'll always do 2 values with a minimum field width of 2. So we do 12:00. Oh, so that just right bounded it. So let's do, so that's this field width, but not min. So minimum characters is this guy here for integers. So is the format one. Oh, 12:00. There we go. So that'll do that for the minutes. Okay. Song in the background is so distracting. Which one? Did you not like? Was it a good song or something? Which one was it? This one? I have the music really low. This one? Do you not like it or you like it? It's just chill music. Try 0:15. Okay, let's give it a go. Maybe we missed another edge case here. Error, invalid time. Because the hour is less than 1. Okay. All right. I think that's fine. Let me put on the jazz then. We like the jazz. Where's that one at? Come on, show up in my recommended somewhere. I know you want to. Usually you pop up. I like the music. Y'all are tripping. All right, here you go. This is another one of my go-tos. Okay. Number 3. Modify the broker.c program of section 5.2 by making both of the following changes. A. Ask the user to enter the number of shares and the price per share instead of the value of the trade. Okay, so let's go look at 5.3? 5.2. Section 5.2. Where's our broker.c? Here we go. Okay, so we need to first. This is gonna suck. Calculates a broker's commission. Wish I could just copy it out of the book, but it's kind of a weird format when I do it. So we have to kind of write it, which is super annoying. Include the standard io.h header file and main void here. And let's go float commission. I didn't know that. Oh, I had it already in here. It's like, what? It's reading my mind. Printf. Enter value of the trade. Okay, and then we're going to scanf to receive this value. So it actually didn't want that. This is where it wants it to be different, right? Oh, so we need to do. Okay, I'll just do it for now. Well, no, I'll hold on. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. So we need to ask for what? Enter number of shares and the price per share. Enter number of shares, right? And then scanf will receive an integer here, and we'll say shares. So we'll keep value here. We'll do shares. We'll do price per share. And then we need to put this into memory here. Okay, so then let's ask another question. Let's ask them to enter the enter price per share. Enter the price per share. And then we'll get that from the user, and then we'll put this into the price per share variable. Ah! Cool. And the price per share, oh, it is not hyphenated. I thought it was hyphenated. I'm really bad at knowing when things are hyphenated or not, like in English. Not like I've been speaking it my whole life. Add statements that compute the commission charged by a rival broker as well. Okay, so we just need to compute a value here, which is going to be equal to the shares times the price per share. Right, so that'll compute the value or the market value that you bought this position at. Now, not like the current price of the shares, not like the gain or whatever, but just like the value of your trade that you made, that you bought, I guess, for a buy, we'll say. So if we paid $100 per share when we had 100 shares, well, then we paid, you know, that much money, 100 times 100. Okay. Now we need to add statement that computes the commission charged by rival broker as well. Okay. So I think we can go back in and add these value statements back in, because nothing changes there now that we computed the value, rather than just having them entered out at the face, right? So this is actually, sorry, a float. And this is a float. So let's go ahead and do this again. So if the value is less than 2,500 float, do I have to do the dots, or is it kind of like just better practice? Commission is equal to 30 float, just for like readability's sake, plus 0.7 float times the value. Else if value, this sucks, 6250 float, right? Commission is equal to 56 float plus 0.0066 float times the value. Else if the value is less than 20,000 float, right? Commission three M's. Commission is equal to 76 float plus 0.0034 float times the value. Let's copy this down and we'll do 70,000 here. No, 50,000, sorry. And then this goes to 100.0022 times the value. And we finally have an else statement. For this, commission will equal to 255 float times plus 0.009 times the value. Right? And then we say if commission is less than $39 float, right? Then we have a standard rate of 39. And we set that. Yo, what's up, Brave? Is he even live? Yeah, I'm live, my guy. What's going on? Is he static? Yeah, it's just AI. You're giving me so much plus VE vibes. I don't even know what that is. How long have I been working on the book? Just probably like 2-ish weeks, 2.5, 3 weeks now. Not that long. So, oh, bro, bang the knee on the desk leg. Water, call an ambulance. Dang it, that hurt. Okay, now we'll so now we need to calculate a comp commission, right? So our comp commission has what values? Oh, dude, that hurt my knee. My leg. I took a desk to the knee. My leg. If fewer than 2,000 shares, okay, so commission charges this. So if the rival broker, if the shares are, if the share count is less than 2,000, right? Yes. Right? Then what we're gonna do is set comp commission. Hey, who was that? Hold on, let me check the Streamlabs. I forgot to open that up. My bad. My bad. Don't hate me. Aaron, hey, how's it going, dude? Welcome in. Thanks for the sub on YouTube. You're awesome. Appreciate you so much for coming in. Coach Mo. Comp Arch inspired me to try to learn assembly. We'll see how far I get before I give up. Python to see who knows me. He may learn ASM. Well, who knows? Maybe we'll go keep going. Hey, what's going on, Kanishk? Hey, Michael. Great to see folks from different disciplines trying programming. Can you share why you decided to take it up? I wanted to try to gain new skills and just keep. I felt myself kind of losing a lot of my knowledge after college. Like, honestly, just vegging out and just not really doing much after work. My work doesn't really apply a lot of what I learned in like these chemistry classes or just in general. Now I kind of made the decision, like, do I want to keep going with chemistry and biology, or would I rather try something new and put passion into something new? And I was like, I kind of made the choice to try something new. So this is what I kind of wanted to try for a long time. Figured I might be kind of okay at it if I gave it a good effort. And now here we are a year and a half later, trying to learn C after learning Python, somewhat. And yeah, appreciate you guys being here. So the comp commission for less than 2,000 shares is $33 plus 2 cents per share. Oh, plus 3 cents per share lower. 3 cents times times the number of shares, right? So 0.3F times the number of shares. And then else, right? Else, any shares greater than 2,000 is 33 float plus comp commission is equal to 33 float plus 0.02, right? So 2 cents times the shares. And so then we'll come here at the bottom of this and we'll print out the statement that was in the original program, which is here, printf commission, and we'll do $.2 to round the float to 2 decimals, and do \n, and then insert commission. Copy this down, and we'll say competitor comp commission is this with comp commission there. And of course missing a couple of semicolons. Now we will, just for kicks, add return 0. And yeah. The only thing I wish it gave us was just some tester, samplers, try this input and expect to get this output. It kind of does give you some here actually, so I lied. Trolling. Okay, let's try this project here. Open in our terminal. Why does it keep doing this? Programming project here, and then oh no. Project 3. Okay, we got an error here for comp commission. Error unidentified declarative commission. Oh, my bad. Okay, so you do have to specify a decimal on these guys. Okay, interesting. Good to know. Wanted to try it. Well, that one already has that there. The F just isn't enough. Would be nice. Oh, that one's already done, and then here. Okay. Expected, we missing a semicolon like usual, and we compiled. Yay! Chapter 5, programming project number 3, exe. number of shares. Let's say 5 shares at $100 a share. Commission is $115, and our comp's commission is $33.15. Ours is pretty substantial. We're taking almost a fifth of the position here. Holy cow. So 5 shares on $100. So it's a $500 value. So it's $30. No way. No way. That can't be right. That can't be right. So the value would be 30 plus 0.7 of 500. No way. Oh, that is right. That just seems like a lot of commission, dude. That's crazy. That seems nuts. Is there an example up here? Dang, if that was my broker, I'd be out of there. Holy cow. I could have done all this, right? With those. Oh, yeah, that's right. Hey, Dat Steel, how's it going, dude? Welcome back, dude. It's awesome to hear from you. Walter does dev. Thanks for coming in, man. I'm making a crappy website, but I have a domain, which is a plus. Nice. Are you a dual role as a software engineer company now? No. They don't have that at my division branch area. It's pretty analog. But I made some software for our products to make them better and give us some custom software to, compute values and stuff automatically and whatnot. And so yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I really don't know what to do, dude. I hope you're enjoying this new challenge. Not very often I see people jump into C directly after learning Python first, so major props to you for taking this path. If you're looking to apply what you've learned so far, I recommend going through the event of code, which starts next month. Yeah, maybe we should give it a go. Hopefully we can get through a big chunk of this book, start writing some of our own projects, and we can take a go at that and see maybe. Okay, that's pretty nuts. That's a lot of commish. No? I feel like that's crazy. Let's say we have 100 shares times $500 each, right? $300 in commission. So the commission is pretty low relatively for large orders, but pretty high for small. Dang. Okay, I think that's fine. Okay, let's keep it pushing. If you guys are enjoying the stream so far, if you could leave a like, it's completely free to do so. Surprisingly, it takes quite a bit of energy I was one of those people, honestly, that was like, it was kind of a skeptic, like, dude, streamers are kind of like whining, like they're kind of like annoying. Like, why are they whining so much about having to sit there? But after doing it for a year and a half, like it's a different type of feeling than you think than like YouTube or like online people or whatever. Not that I am in that crowd, but I mean I guess we're relatively picking up some steam here, somewhat on the low end, but it's you have to actually like sit here and do it. Like I wish I could just upload a video. My videos don't get any views. So I wish I could just upload a video and like hope and just be like, oh yeah, it'll do well, and upload a video a week, and that's like what I do behind the scenes. But to like stream, you have to like sit here and like do it. And there's a lot of times where I want to just code by myself without having to like worry about like an audience. And but I'm like, I can't do it because I'm like, well, if I'm gonna be sitting here, dude, I might as well just, if I'm not streaming while I'm sitting here, like it's just a waste. Like I might as well be streaming. Like it's not that big of a deal, but like, it's kind of weird. I think it's maybe just the programming probably is the harder part. It's probably, it might not be as hard to sit and just do video games every day, but maybe learning C and math and programming every day is what's actually the hard part. I don't know. Okay, here we go. Number 4. Here's a simplified version of Beaufort's scale, which is to estimate wind force. Write a program that asks the user to enter wind speed and knots and displays the corresponding description. Cool, that's fun. Okay, so we could probably use can we not use expressions in switch case statements? Can you use expressions as the case values in switch case in C? No, you cannot generally use expressions unless the expression is a constant expression that can be evaluated in compile time. It must be integers like 5, or 2 plus 3 is 5. Not allowed is get value if A and B are variables. Okay, so you can't input values. You couldn't do like case A less than 25. Would not work. Not allowed. Got you. Alright, include the standard io.h header file. And we'll go int main void here. Let's open this up. And we'll return 0 for the fun. So we have printf for, we're going to have a int speed. Speed, I am speed. Printf, enter speed in knots, right? And let's do scanf, and we'll insert the integer and put in speed. And then let's do if speed, if 1 less than or equal to speed, right, and speed less than or equal to 3, then what we're going to do is say, that's annoying because I wish you would tell us about strings so I could just override a string value. It's kind of annoying we're 5 chapters in and haven't learned about strings. That's my kind of one gripe here so far, is I kind of want to use strings, char stars, to be able to, override a string variable or char star to insert it, but we haven't learned about it yet. So I guess we have to just do a bunch of printfs here and say what it actually is, like calm. And then displays the correct corresponding description. Okay. Whatever, I guess it's not that big of a deal if it's just that. Kind of being a whiny little baby. Else if, actually let's just go like this. Copy that down. Else if, now we need to be between 4 and 27. And this is going to be light air. Copy that down. 28 and 47. Light air. That's kind of funny. Breeze. Imagine you are like here's a role play for you. Imagine you are the breeze. Like you are like you as a embodiment. You are the breeze, and you are only like. Oh, whoops! I'm bad. My bad. Less than 1 is calm. Okay, we'll fix that. You're 1 to 3, and you get called light air. I'd be a little offended, no? Like what? Like what'd you call me? Light air? Nah. Light air sounds like a silent fart or something like that. I'd be embarrassed. And this guy is gonna be a Gale. See, I want to be called Gale. That's what I'd want to be called. If speed less than 1, then print F to calm. Else if speed is 1 between 1 and 3, 4 and 27, 28 and 47. Between 48 and 63. This is a storm. Now else you're greater than this guy. So this is just gonna be a hurricane. Oh boy. Hurricane. Jessen, how's it going, my guy? Welcome in. See, it's going good. It's going good so far. I'm liking how we get to really kind of manipulate things here. Shudo. How's it going, man? I'm not sure if I've asked this before, but you fan of math? Yeah, I am, but honestly, I am. It's pretty difficult. It's really difficult, even more so than this, to get yourself to sit down and do that. Because let me tell you, man, I really want to. There is like a desire in me, but when I sit down and watch those lectures, like it's just I fade out quick. I try to apply them to the programming and whatnot, but I definitely have more of an attention span for this kind of stuff. I don't know. Maybe it was just the style of it. Maybe I can't do like lectures. Hey, Shu. Yeah, we're kind of just using like what we've learned so far in the book. We're kind of being true to the teaching so far of the book. We're not trying to like. So in case anyone looks at like the code or whatnot, they can follow along pretty easy. But yeah, like a hash table would be really nice. Yeah, right. Or like you go top to bottom rather than doing like inclusions. Yeah, right. Okay, so I think we're good to try this one. Let's go up here, grab this bad boy. Let's see, this will be number 4. Number 4. No, hurricane. There we go. Chapter 5, programming project 4 exe. Let's go for a fiver, a breeze. Breeze. Let's go. Simple enough. Let's just throw a couple of b/n's in here, \n's. For fun. Alright, let's do like 100. Hurricane. Nice. Alright, let's try to hit that. Let's do a gale. Make sure we're getting that one real quick. So that's going to be like 30. Gale. Nice. Cool. Um, Jira, welcome. How's it going? That's a cool name. I like that name, Emmanuel Javier. Jira Emmanuel Javier. It's a professional name. Look at this guy. He's showing us up. Yo, where did you get that kind of exercise? I'm also searching for something like that too because I'm learning C language. Yeah, this is C Programming, a Modern Approach by K.N. King, second edition. I've got all of these chapter notes, like really nice Spark notes of the entire chapter with screenshots from the text for like a quick pass over to refresh and reference, as well as that you can look up the book, or I've got a bunch of links and stuff in my Discord, linked down below for free. I've never charged, and I haven't charged, and probably will never charge for, maybe not. I don't know. We'll see if this we get big enough to end up doing that, but or needing to, because at a certain point, in order to if you get, I don't know, but I really think that you can try to learn this stuff for free, and there's a lot of free resources out there from these books. So I've been trying to keep true to that as well, and just just kind of feed them to you guys, because if I'm getting it for free, then you guys should too. We're not gonna be no scammer here and try to pawn off we know how to do this when we're learning it and trying to teach other people. No, we're trying to learn it ourselves, and here's what I'm learning if you want to learn it too. I'm not interested in all that. Okay, let's keep going with number 5 here. In one state, single residents are subject to the following income tax. Write a program that asks you to enter the amount of taxable income. Okay, so I'm going to take our program from chapter 4 here and copy this over, because we can kind of reuse a lot of this boilerplate here. But this time we're going to ask for amount of income tax. Enter the amount of taxable. Okay, so enter income, and then enter taxable income. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And then we're gonna save this into income. Go. Okay. Speed less than 1. So if it's not over 750, so this is going to be a float this time around. And then we're going to say if the income, if the income is less than 750.0 F, then we are going to calculate a tax. So tax is going to equal 750, a 1% of income. Oh no, that's the other tax bracket, my bad. 750 float plus 2% of any amount over 750. So we're going to say income less than 750, and then we're going to multiply this by 0.02 F for 2%. And then we need to just do one more right here. So we're going to take the income and reduce it by 750. So any amount over 750. So if it is 750, this will be 0. And so there'll be no addition. So it'll just be 750. And so any income over 750, however, will be, so we'll do 0.0 F here, will be multiplied by 2% of that value, and then add it to 750. So let's copy this, and we'll paste this here. Okay, and so in this case, if we're between, oh, so sorry, this is actually for this guy. I did it again. This is 1% of income. So tax equals income times 0.01f, right? If we're between 750 and 2250, then it's this. If we're between 3750 and sorry, 3750 and 5250, we have to add all this junk mungo. Okay. So, and then we're going to calculate a tax of wait, what's going on? I keep skipping stuff. Okay, I gotta slow down. Okay, what are you doing? Okay, so 750, it's this, right? Between 2250 right, and 3750, right, we're going to compute a tax of 3750 plus 3% of a value over 2250, right? Now, I'm curious. I'm wondering if we could just simplify this even further. Do one equation at the bottom and just have variables override for these insertions. That's also a way maybe we do this. Okay. So then let's keep it rocking here. So this guy's going to come down, and we're going to do 3750 and 5250. So the thing is, though, is I'm including 2250 in both cases. So I'm assuming that the 2250 is not included in this one. It's a cap. Right? And the 3750 is a cap. Because it's included as the base in the next one. So in this case, we're going to do a tax of 8250. And we're going to add 4% of any amount over 3750. Right? So you could probably really clean this up because actually it's over the base amount. So you could say else the base equals to this. If base if like income in between base and this, then blah blah blah. And you can even have an array of base values, right? And set up the ranges and use iteration using I and J, a two-step approach, and iterate over those in a single loop, and just insert them automatically, probably within like less than 5 lines of code. Maybe maybe I'm talking on my cheeks here, but we'll find out. Okay, so we wanted 4% of this guy, I think, right? It looks like this is increasing too, so you could just increase this by I plus some value, some constant, plus 1 or whatever, right? Or I is a baseline of some value plus 1. So it kind of would be even simpler. More simple. Is that a better way of saying it? 5250 here and 7,000. We're gonna do $230 and income less than the base of 5,250 and 5%. And then anything over, we compute a tax of, dude, am I blind? This is 142.5. Income less than, right, this. Okay. And then 230 and 6%. Anything over 7,000. Right. So then we want to display as the tax due, printf here to calculated tax owed, and we'll insert here tax. All right. Trust Bro. Hey, Claude Neon, how's it going? Thanks so much for coming in. Trust Bro, Dave Explains. Thank you for coming in on Twitch. You're awesome. I don't have many people here on Twitch. Trust Bro, David Explains. Professor David Explains has the absolute Beth Math playlist on YouTube. You might be far ahead of me, but I'm just hitting his Calc 2 videos. It's been good so far. He's got PDE lessons. No, dude, I took up to Calc 1 in college. I took Calc 1 and then stopped after that, and then took kind of more like advanced like statistics courses for science. And then that was pretty much all that was required. So I do have a desire to want to learn more and go deeper, especially for like learning calculus for like stochastic calculus for like options and derivative trading would be really interesting because I do a lot of that. Yeah, it'd be kind of fun. Also, for C programming, if you familiarize yourself with the process segments, it starts to make a lot more sense how the OS handles execution of the process and handles threads within it. Maybe you're, yeah, no, not familiar with OS stuff really at all. We're hopefully to get into that soon. Smallware stub in the download. Hey Oozly, it's really cool how you're studying this live. Get a different perspective on how people study, and maybe I can apply that as well. Yeah, exactly. Watching from South Korea. Wow, that's quite the reach, dude. Hey, how's it going, man? Thanks so much for jumping in here. That's really crazy. What time is it in South Korea right now? Are you in Seoul? Is it Seoul, South Korea? The only really stuff I know about South Korea is I watched that one movie. It's like that it's not a rom-com, it's like a sad romance movie about like the friends from South Korea. One of them immigrates to the United States and they stay out of touch, and then I don't know. I watched it with my girlfriend. Yeah, whatever. I can't remember what it's called though. Okay, let's try this one out. We gotta stop yapping here. Jeez Louise, we're never gonna finish this. Alright, here we go. Let's get our compiler script here, and let's grab this guy, throw it into here. My bad, we need to edit this as here and here. Oh, missing some stuff here, and we're using a %D when it's not. It should be an F. Nice. Chapter 5, Chapter 5, Programming, Project, number 5, EXE, enter taxable income. We want to do, let's say, $7.50. This should be just $7.50. Nice. Okay, so we just need to round this to 0.2. Oh. Okay, let's try that again. Here, and let's do let's do 2250. So this should be 3750. Nice. Okay, now we're also missing a backslash in. Always something. Okay, cool. I think that one's done. Let's do 8,000. So there should be 6% of 1,000 plus 230. Let's try that. Nice. So $60 plus 30 or 230 gives us 290. So I think that's working appropriately. So we just need to also insert here a dollar sign. Nice. Okay, let's move on. I think that one's done. Okay. Numero 6. Yo, Coco eats bananas. You don't leak code. Can you by chance calculate the rate at which I should eat bananas? No, I'm not doing leak code right now. We did over 100 leak code problems earlier this spring in prep for some job interview stuff, but that kind of died down. I didn't really, kind of took away from our studies, and I didn't really enjoy it. I wanted to keep learning about programming rather than learning how to solve little riddles. Okay, it did get me better at loops though. I will say, like if you're learning loops, like doing working through um, like two-step or like some of those algorithm easier ones are pretty like helpful, but the general purpose of it wasn't really that helpful for actually learning, you know, like the languages or like, I guess that's not really what it's for, right? It's for DSA. So if you're wanting to learn DSA riddle practice, then that's probably the way to go. Okay, number 6, modify the upc.c program in section 4.1 so that it checks whether a UPC is valid. After the user enters a UPC, the program will display either valid or not valid. Okay, so we modified this program already in one of these guys. Might have been the last one. Yeah, this was to enter all the digits at once. And probably wanted us to use mod. Oh, we did use mod. Okay. So let's just go to that program. Let's go get the original one then. So in 4.1, oh, my ears are starting to hurt from my headphones. I hate that headphone ache. Here we go. Here's upc.c. So let's include the standard io.h header file. And let's declare an int return for main var function and void the parameters or the arguments for the main function. We're going to have int d, i1, i2, i3, i4, i5, j1, j2, j3, j4, j5. No, first sum, second sum, and total. Okay, we're then going to call a printf function and do enter the first single digit Alright, and then we're going to do scanf, and we're going to receive the a single value integer and save that in the actual value of d variable. Or then I'm going to call printf. Let's just copy this down. Enter the first group of 5 digits. And then we're going to call scanf to 4 more of these, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to save these in I1, I2, I3, I4, and I5. We're then going to do the second group of 5 digits. And this is going to be J, 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 and J. And then we're going to compute first sum is going to equal to D plus I2 plus I4 plus J1 plus J3 plus J5. Second sum is equal to I1 plus I3 plus I5 plus J2 plus J4. We're going to have a total that's going to be equal to 3 times first sum plus second sum. And then we're going to call printf to check digit. It's going to be %d here, \n, 9 less than, total less than 1, mod 10. Right. Okay, so our assignment yeah, Twitch ads are probably pretty brutal, dude. Honestly, like, I'm thinking about not even streaming to Twitch and just doing to YouTube and then to YouTube Shorts even. Because Twitch has just too many ads, and I've looked at my Twitch rev since I got partnered, and it's like $5. It's like, bruh, what? Okay, trolling. Okay, so chapter 5, programming projects. Number 6 here says, after the user enters UPC and the program will display whether it's valid or not valid. Okay, so we just have to check to make sure it's a single digit. What makes it valid? What makes it valid? Just like the amount of numbers. Okay, so so actually we need to a 5-digit number. So we're gonna have to take the first values and make them a number. Right? So we're gonna have to do if right, so we're gonna have to make them a number. We can't just add them together either. We need to use magnitude. right? So if I1 times 1,000, or are they 5 digits? Yeah, it'd be 10,000. Because it should be just a single value, right? Time plus I2 times 1,000 plus I3 times 100 plus I2 times 10 plus I5. So if this, right, is less than, this has to be, well, no. How do you tell if it's valid or not? Check whether a UPC is valid or not. Well, what makes it valid? If it just has the correct format? Well, hold on, let me run this program. What makes a UPC code valid? Does the check digit have to mean something? $12-digit number. Huh. What makes it valid? Just if these values are within a range. Right? Because technically nothing's stopping the user from entering all that. So that's what I was doing before. Right? So I said if this is less than, or sorry, is greater than, so what we'll do is we'll save this as a value. So this will be first some magnitude. Then we have second sum magnitude. This will be J. J J, J, J. So if we say if first sum mag, right, is, this has to be greater than 0. It has to be 5 digits, so it has to be greater than 9999. So if 9999 so if, first sum mag less than 1 be 10,000, right? If it's less than 10,000, or first sum mag greater than 99999, or second sum magnitude has the same properties. Right. Then we'll also say if 0, no, if D is less than 1, or, oh my gosh, D is greater than 9, or first sum mag is in these ranges, then you're going to print right, this is going to say invalid or something like that, right? Not valid. Else do this. Right. And then print valid. And we'll move this above. Okay, so the values have to be within these. Which it should be automatically. Hold on. I'm going to ask about this one. It's a little bit confusing. I am a little confused on the question and how, other than the int sizes, the UPC would be invalid. UVC validity has something to do with the magnitude or number size. Oh. So there is some correlation then to the check digit and to the actual values? I didn't know that. What is the correlation of the 5 to the input? Oh. Are they supposed to enter in the full number? That would be it, I think. We have to do the check and then check to see. Okay, enter, then we'll say, enter the check digit. The single check digit. So we'll give it just one value here. We'll add in the check val. And we'll save this as check val. Then we're not going to do this or this here. We're going to say if, and we need to actually move this out, get rid of this, move this out, move this, compute a check digit, compute equals to this here, right? And we'll input the check digit compute here. And then what we'll say is if check digit compute does not equal to the check val, then we're going to call printf and say invalid. Else we'll call this and return 0, right? So we compute a check digit. If they're not equal, then it's invalid. Else we'll print the check digit and we'll print valid. All right, how about that? This is going to be an int here. Enter the first digit into the first group function. Okay, let's try this. This is number 6. Oh. So we want to enter in the UPC code of, I'm so tired of having to go back to this dang page. Enter the first digit, 13800, 15173, and 5. Valid. Nice. Now let's try it for one more time here. First digit 0, 13800, 15173, and then let's do like 8. Invalid. Nice. Cool. All right, that one was easier than I thought. I didn't realize that I just wanted to modify it. I wish there was a little bit more detailed in the explanation or the question. I wanted you to add the user enter the full thing, right? It's kind of annoying, but whatever. Beggars can't be choosers. Did you take linear algebra? No. I did some linear algebra though in my work project. So I did have to learn a little bit about like the simplex method and some different stuff. Are you looking to go into computational bio? Yeah, sure. If I have an opportunity, I would love to. Honestly, I just don't really know much about it other than what I currently do, which is I do formulation and manufacturing of controls, biological controls like plasma, urine, base, serum, stuff of all sorts. But yeah, I would definitely like to get into more software stuff and building software programs and stuff if possible. But I don't know. Nothing's really on the horizon. It's partially probably my fault. I haven't really been, applying anywhere or doing anything really. So no one else to really blame but myself. But I also feel like it's a wasted effort to apply because it's so bad out there, Okay, write a program that finds the largest and smallest of 4 integers entered by the user. Okay, so include the standard io.h header file, and let's go into main void, and then we're going to go printf. We're going to enter 4 integers, and then we're going to do that. Scanf. We're going to receive right like this, and then we're going to save these values as first, second, third, fourth, and we just need to add in some pointer new things. Okay, so then we're going to say if first less than second, then largest is equal to second. Elif second less than third, if first less than second. The thing is though is for if statements. So if first is less than second, then largest is equal to second. The second is less than third. But then this wouldn't ever compare like the first to the third or whatever. Like what if first is bigger? So if first happens to be bigger than this one, it'll take its place. First will stay, and then it'll check. So what if we set largest equal to first at the beginning, and then we compare first and second, and you return the largest of whichever one's larger, and then you compare first and third, and then first and fourth, and that will so int largest is equal to first. Say if first, or say if second, we'll say largest is equal to largest is equal to expression rates would be like second less than largest, then we'll say second if largest less than second, then second, else largest less than third, then third, else it's going to be fourth. But the thing is, so if you set largest to the first value, right, then you compare it to the second value, and those, you just keep the largest each time. So if you know you have the largest value each time through each step, it shouldn't matter to compare previous ones like the first to the fourth, because you already accounted for that by checking the largest through all the sequential values up there. And then if you happen to get the fourth, which is larger than all of them, then that'll become the largest. So then if we say int smallest is equal to first, and then basically do this same thing but flip our signs. Am I thinking about this the wrong way? So we can't assume that the fourth value is the largest though. No, we need to do the check for largest greater than fourth. Am I stupid? Did I spell that wrong, really? Then fourth. I do not have there. So let me actually copy this down here. And then this is going to be here. And then we just flip our signs. So if the smallest is greater than the second value, then the second value becomes the smallest. If the smallest is greater than the third value, then the third value becomes greater than this, and so on and so forth. And then can we just call printf to say largest and insert into here the largest value. Call this down to smallest here. And then add some backslash n's here. Okay, let's try that. Let's see if that works. I got no idea. We'll find out. I'm not gonna do that. Give me back this. Give me my code. Snippet here. Give me this here. Give me this here. There's 7. 7. Ever. Use of undeclared variable second. Oh, my bad. My bad. Third and fourth. Where are you at? Where? Line 12? What? Oh, I can't assign. Expected after this expression here. Third, else first, then fourth. Sorry. Else. Largest. Just stay the same. Aha! Uh, 10, 11, 12, 13. No! So, if largest is less than second, then second. Else largest less than third, then third. Else largest less than fourth, then fourth. Else stay as largest. So 10 gets picked up and gets saved as largest. We then check if largest, which is 10, is less than second, which is 11. It is, so second. Oh, the thing is, though, is it stops there. It doesn't keep going. Right, so we would have to declare values here and here, like so, in order for that to work. Now you have to give it a value to be by default if that's not the case, right? So that would use it in 6 if statements, basically, right? So the thing is, though, is if you find a value that is larger, you know a value is smaller. So technically, you could go through and compare the smallest values after finding the largest, and deduce the smallest out of that way. I think by the losers. So maybe we'll do this. If wait, what did I just say? So if largest is greater than the second, so if largest is greater than the second value, then the largest is going to equal the second value. No. So sorry. If largest value is less than the second value, then largest will equal to the second value, right? And our smallest will remain well, how can we do it in 4 if statements? 4 if statements. If largest is less than the second value, then the largest becomes the second value. I'm going to do it in 6 again, I think. How can I shave off the 2 ifs? What's up, XM George? We haven't gotten to loops in the book yet, so we're just staying true to the book here. Yeah, no hat today, Tim. We going we letting the flow out. Okay. What about if we like no 4 if statements are sufficient. if the largest is less than the second, then the largest equals to the second, and the smallest is equal to the smallest stays equal to the first because largest is equal to the second, right? So then we're going to say else if largest less than third, then the largest will equal the third. And then we need to check though so the third, this value is larger than the third. So if it's not, then we know we have our minimums are first. We have to check if minimum. So if you do with 4 if statements for smallest and largest. I can think of 3 to get the largest and 3 to get the smallest by doing a check over each one. But how are you able to skip either combine it all into each if statement, both checks, or somehow skip half of the checks? I think I have 3 here because I'm setting largest to first and smallest to first here automatically, and then going from going from index 1 forward, right? But to use 4 if statements, so if that is less than that, or that's just not or that, or that, or that, then that's not. I mean, we could just use or. Hey Josh, no, this is just for fun. Looks like fun, huh? So like we could say if the first if it's less than that, or that, or that, or that, that is the smallest. If that one, if it's not bigger than any of them, it's the smallest, right? So okay, so hold on. If largest less than the second, then we're going to if largest less than the second, then the second becomes the largest. and the largest becomes the first. I don't think that'll work either, though. If the largest is less than the second, second is equal to the largest. So the second becomes the largest value. And so our smallest remains first. If we move on to the third value and compare, and that one's larger, just because it's larger than our current largest doesn't necessarily make it smaller So if our largest value is less than the second value, so here on this example, we're on 21 is our largest and smallest to start. So in the first case, if largest, which is 21, is less than the second value, 43, which it is, second becomes our largest. So largest is 43, and our smallest stays as the first value, 21. We then going to check if largest less than the third value. So largest is 43. Is that less than 10? Which it's not. Right? If it's not, largest less than third. Right? If largest is less than third, then third equals to the largest. Else if it's not, right? If it's not, then we need to check struggling with this one. I'm gonna go for a little assistance here. Don't write any code. Let's talk through. I could write, here is what I have so far. I could write three ternary statements for largest and 3 for smallest, but I am having trouble thinking of limit of 4. Don't show any code. Let's talk through this. Don't give away the answer. We'll do this puzzle, no code reveal, good instincts for trying to limit ifs. A few level points at first about your attempt. Some of the assignments look reversed. You check whether the current largest is less than second. You shouldn't overwrite second with largest. Oh yeah. Imagine you split the 4 numbers into 2 pairs. Each pair you can decide which one of the 2 is bigger. Which one is smaller? Oh, wow. Okay, that's actually pretty easy. I'm stupid. I honestly, I'm not gonna front. I for a second thought about grouping, but I didn't think about it like as clear as this. So what we can do is you say pair 1 max is equal to first less than second, then it's first, else second. Copy this down, call this max, pair 2 max, and do third and fourth, right? And then we know that we probably can't do this here actually because we need to do full if statement. So if first is less than second, right, then pair 1 max is equal to second, and then pair 1 min is equal to first, and then else pair 1 max is equal to first, and pair 1 min is equal to second, right? And then we can write a second if statement here. We're gonna have a pair 1 max here, pair 1 min, pair 2 max, pair 2 min. Okay, so then the second if statement, if the third is less than the fourth, then the pair 1 max is the fourth, third, and then we're going to do third, fourth for the min here. And then we're going to have basically another if here to determine, we can probably do a ternary min and do if, or say int largest is equal to pair 1 max less than pair 2 max, then pair 2 max, else pair 1 max. And then we'll copy this down and do smallest, and then do pair min. Pair 1 min is less than pair 2 min, then pair 1, else pair 2 min. Let's add some of our syntax here. Nice. Okay, so that's that. Okay, let's see what happens here. Expected expression at the else statement. Do we really need to wrap these? No. I can't set largest here. I want something wrong with my else statement here. What could it be? Expected expression. Also, I probably need it for this guy as well. Ah, come on. Aha. Chapter 5, Programming, Project 7, EXE. 10, 11, 12, 13. Dang it! No way. Really? Huh, we're getting a garbage value here. If max pair 1 is less than max pair 2, then max pair 2, else max pair 1. No way. Where are we getting a garbage value from here? Let me print pair 1 max, and then do here. We'll do pair. Let's do some debugging here. Pair 2 max. Pair 2, pair 1 min. Pair 2 min. And let's go. We're doing largest and smallest already. Oh! Oh. 10, 11, 12, and 13. Max pair 1 is 13. What? No way, dude. What? What? That was random. Let's see here. Hold on. 10, 11, 12, and 13. Max pair 1 is 13. Pair 1 min is 12. I'm missing first, second, third, fourth. What is this? What in the world? Smallest is 1. What? What? No way. Okay, we're saving first, second, third, and fourth as the scanf. Let me do printf %d 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 \n first, second, third, and fourth. Ten, 11, 12, 13. 10, 11, 12, 13 are being printed. Okay, let's go line by line. Oh, oops. Okay, int first, second, third, fourth, pair 1 max, pair 1 min, pair 2 max, pair 2 min. Okay, enter 4 integers, that's fine. If the first is less than the second, then the pair 1 max is second, and the pair 1 min is first. Else, pair 1 max is first, and pair 1 min is second. So our pair... Dude, any of you guys following this? What? Hello? What? I'm so trolling.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy. Okay? Absolutely.
Oh, I'm so stupid, you guys. Oh my gosh, I figured it out. You guys probably see it. You see it, don't you? You see it. Oh, you're laughing at me. You're laughing at me. Brian. Oh, Brian just said it. You're laughing at me, boys. I'm trolling. I forgot to change the variables over. I'm just rewriting the same variables when I copied the code blocks down. I'm such a goof. Just read your code, Mike. Come on. Oh my gosh. Okay. Let's try this. 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah. Dude, I've got to clip that one. That one was embarrassing. That one was bad. That one was bad. Okay, so 8 says, the following table shows daily flights from one city to another. Write a program that asks users to enter a time expressed in hours and minutes using the 24-hour clock. The program then displays the departure and arrival times for flights whose departure time is closest to that entered by the user. Sorry, what? Write a program that asks the user to enter a time expressed in hours and minutes using 24-hour clock. The program then displays the departure and arrival times for the flight whose departure time is closest to that the user entered. Okay. So we have 13:15 entered, right, which is 2:15. No, sorry, 1:15. So the closest flight for 1:15 is 12:47 p.m. to 3 p.m. So we would just have to make sure that the hours time corresponds to an associate to a hour within the departure time. And just do less than. If it's less than that, if it's less than that, or if it's less than that, then it's that one. If it's less than that, then it's this one. If it's less than this one, then it's this one. If it's less than this one, it's this one. So if it's less than the one you're on, then it's the previous, right? But if it's greater than the one you're on, you move to the next one. Okay. How long are these last couple ones? That one's, we'll probably do that one in 15 minutes or so. Which daily comes earlier? Okay, we'll do these last 4 tomorrow. I didn't want to break it up into a part 4 for chapter 5, but unfortunately we're gonna have to. I'm not gonna do another 3 hours. I already did 2 hours and 48 minutes, so I'm not gonna go past 9 o'clock today because I have been having a really hard time getting out of bed because I stay up too late streaming and whatnot. So I'm going to have a hard stop today at 9 o'clock, just below our 3-hour mark. So we did stream for about 3 hours, so round of applause for us. Sweet. I thought we were going to be able to get this done in like an hour and a half. Yeah, right? So what we'll do then is tomorrow, we only have 4 problems to solve, so it should only take us maybe an hour and a half, hour or so. So tomorrow we'll solve the number 8, 9, 10, 11, and then for the back half of the stream, we'll work on resume. So we've been talking in the Discord about updating resume and going back and revisiting that. So if you want to come back and provide feedback tomorrow, please do so for resume, so we can start maybe applying to some dev jobs and see if we can break out of this, loop of whatever undervaluedness. So I appreciate you guys being here and hanging out with me. So it should be fun tomorrow to tackle these last 4 and then continue on with trying to polish our resume, update it, and maybe look for some jobs to start applying to. But yeah, thank you guys so much for being here and hanging out with me today. Really appreciate it. If you guys could leave a like on the stream before you go, it's completely free, and it really helps to keep the channel going. I'm a single solo guy out here, so I'm just trying my best to keep this YouTube thing pushing, just studying. So maybe YouTube will be our big break, but I don't know. You guys gotta like the stream though. Anyways, I appreciate you guys being here and hanging out with me as we learn C. We completed problems 1 through 7 for the back half of chapter 5, C programming, a modern approach, chapter 5, programming projects, problems 1 through 8 or 1 through 7. If you want access to these problems, they're on my GitHub. So feel free to just look in the link down below for them. Let me go ahead and just push this up to the hub. Finished 1 through 7, chapter 5, programming projects 1 through 7. All right, cool. Nice. Thanks, no one. I really appreciate you for that love, my guy. Appreciate you so much. Ice Cold Witch on Twitch. Thanks so much for the follow 7 minutes ago. You're awesome. All right, you guys. Thanks so much for being here and hanging out with me. Really appreciate all the support you guys have been giving me, and this has been a lot of fun. Sorry I didn't stream the past couple yesterday. I was just feeling pretty demotivated. Honestly, I've been kind of feeling a little bit of burn, to be honest with you guys. Um, I've been, programming at work as well as doing my normal job of manufacturing controls, as well as like doing product process improvements, as well as like pretty much doing the job of like, doing a lot. I've just been wearing a lot of hats, and kind of being asked by a lot of different people to like speed up when I'm already moving pretty fast, a lot faster than some of my peers. And it's mainly just because like I've already proven that I have gone fast, so they're kind of like expecting that now, and so it's kind of like, oh, that's your normal. Let's try to go a little bit faster, but that was already me kind of going fast, and so it's a little bit frustrating, and so I've been feeling a little bit of burn. I've been feeling a little bit of a, you know, whatever hardship, but we got cup is half full. We have work. We're employed, right? There's a lot of people out there. They're in debt, that are accruing interest on their debt and have no means to pay it back, which would be just really scary. So obviously there's definitely things that worse out there, but obviously your own situations are obviously important, and if they're you don't want to belittle your own situations either. So I don't know if you guys have any advice. I know that there's a lot of people out there seeking advice. There's like a new video every day about it. We were talking about it on the Discord about a new video every day, it seems like, of a computer scientist or electrical engineer or someone with a higher level STEM degree that comes out and says, I've been searching for X amount of time and I've had no luck. And it's just like more and more and more and more people are coming forward, and it's getting like a little redundant, and like I don't know, it's getting to the point where like you don't even want to hear it anymore because it's like so like said, but it's so brought up because it's the truth, and like it's kind of like a broken record, but it's like the truth of it is though that's what it is in reality. So it's like really like this kind of tricky situation going on, and I think a lot of people are like putting a lot of pressure to find a solution when honestly I really don't think that there is one. Like I've been pondering myself. I'm not saying that I have any gauge of what the answer is, but every road, every path I turn down just kind of results with the same thing. It's kind of like just like either a waste of time or like like a waste of time or just effort. Now like with the stream, it's not at the end because I do have like the stream as a byproduct with like almost 4K subs, so like that's going good rate. But like I'm trying to like be empathetic and put myself in like other people's shoes. Like what if you were just grinding independently with no networks, no connections on a Discord or on a streamer channel? Like I probably would have quit by now. Like in reality, like would I have been still doing this if this stream didn't pick up some traction? Probably not. Like would I have been doing this a year and a half almost every day? Like no. Would I still have done it, like enjoyed it every now and then? Yeah, probably, but I don't know. So luckily, half full, we do have the stream. We do have each other here to keep us going. So if now this isn't me saying like if you don't have a stream or the channel, like it's hopeless. Like I think it's just a good tool that we can use together to just kind of maybe forget about that and push it to the side and just grind. By showing up every day, clicking onto the stream together, and studying whatever it may be. And then, obviously, if the stream keeps growing, I do have a lot of plans to like give back to the channel. I mean, I've been streaming a year and a half, and we've accrued like literally $100. And so it's like if the channel does take off, I do want to give back to you guys for, you guys are real. Like I know what it's like. I'll just put it like that. I know what it's like to be. I'm in your shoes. I am in your shoes, right? So, like I do know what it's like. So yeah. Anyway, that's my ramble. So I'll let me know what you guys think. I'm kind of just talking to myself here. No one's talking back to me here. Like, any of you guys have any experiences or opinions you want to share? Now's your time to get on the soapbox here and speak up. Because it's just, yeah, I don't know. It doesn't really look like it. Anyways, you guys, I'm gonna head out here tonight. I'll see you guys later. Thanks so much for being here and joining with me. Talk to me on the Discord if you're interested in talking offline. And I'll see you guys later. You guys have a good night. I'll be back tomorrow. Peace out.